Rolling.
Alright guys, welcome to the 2014 Summer Showdown CrossFit competition. This is the movement standards video. One thing that is different from this year than last year is we have starting and stopping mats. So at each lane, everybody will have their own starting mat and stopping mat. So every athlete must start with both feet on the starting mat, as shown here. I'm going to call it 3, 2, 1, go. Then you can step off your mat and start working out. However, this is when your time starts and ends. So if you're done with your last repetition and you don't step on the stop mat, the judges have been ordered not to write your time down until both feet are on the stopping mat. You cannot run through your stopping mat, you cannot collapse on your stopping mat because you might interfere with the person in the lane across from you, the next to you, wherever the mat is. So you must fully extend and stop on the stopping mat, and that's when the judge will write down your time. So that is one thing that is different from last year, so please be sure that we're in control, we're in line with that when we're done with our last repetition of the workout. Guys, one of the movements in the workout is going to be double unders, and Masters and Scales is going to be doing single unders. So what constitutes a double under is when the rope passes under my feet twice. So double.
One jump, two spins.
The judges will be counting your feet. That's how they're going to keep track of your double unders. And they're going to be counting out loud so you know exactly what count you're on. If the rope hits your feet before it passes under twice, that is a no rep. So for example, no rep, okay? For the single unders, rope passes under your feet once. Same rules apply, the judges will be counting your feet when they jump. If the rope hits you in front before it passes underneath, no rep, okay? Pretty simple stuff. Masters and Scaled singles, RX is doubles.
Hey guys, rowing standards. Before the workout, your machine will be adjusted to the appropriate number of meters. You're going to row down to 0. You may not leave the machine until the monitor reads 0. You may set your damper where you want it. Also have your feet set prior to the event. 3, 2, 1, go. At that point, you get on the machine. Do not sit down on the machine until the clock starts. 3, 2, 1, go. On I am. Buckle in. Machine is set by your judge. And away you go. Down to 0. You can stop rowing, can't leave until 0. Unbuckle, away you go. Simple. Movement standard for ring rows. For the Masters and the Scale divisions, your rings are going to be set to hip height for each athlete, so it's fair for shorts and talls. Your feet are going to be directly under the rings. So since they hang off the rack here, your toes should cross this line. From here, you'll extend yourself in a straight line. A strict ring row, as long as the rings touch the chest, into the armpits, is acceptable, as is a kick. As long as the feet don't slide back. Stay in your position. Ring rows. The pull-up, RX divisions. 3 or 4 different kinds where you get the strict pull-up, straight arms at the bottom of the lift, chin above the bar at the top. Chin above the bar, not to the bar, straight arms. Good reps. Next, kipping pull-ups. Again, straight arms at the bottom, chin above the bar at the top. And lastly, the butterfly pull-up. Watch your chins above the bar, clearly above the bar. Well done. If your chin touches the bar, no rep. It's got to be above the bar. No rep. Good demonstration. For the muscle up, we're going to have full extension at the bottom of the lift, jump into the rings at a set height, and a full dip out. I'll do one without a full dip out. Yeah. Here's full extension at the bottom and not at the top. That is a no rep. The rings will be set at a predetermined height for men and for women. You must jump into the rings. There will be no boxes or blocks or helping by the judges to get you into the rings. From there, you go.
All right, guys, next movement is gonna be the ring push-ups for the scale division. Standards of movement are going to be biceps to the top of the rings and full extension to the top, just like we do every day in class. Gonna have to have a nice plank, biceps to the top of the rings, and full lockout at the top of every move. If your lockout is short, no rep. That is a good rep. If your biceps don't touch the top of the rings and you lock out fully, that is a no rep. Touch, full lockout. Basic standards of movement for the ring push-up. The rings will be set at about 4 to 6 inches off the ground for everybody. This is the video for the movement standards for the parallel push-ups for the masters women. You can set the parallels up how you want as far as width goes. They can be however you want. You can do them on your toes and you can do them on your knees with whatever is comfortable for you. The only standards of movement is that your shoulder has to come down below the elbow crease and there has to be a full extension lockout at the top. On your knees, shoulder comes down past the elbow and full extension at the top. Well, that is the standards of movement for the parallel push-up. Come all the way down and all the way up. You can worm, come on down and worm on up as long as you end up in a plank at the top.
Okay, we're going to talk about the toes to bar, knees to chest, and knees to elbow. First, toes to bar for the RX divisions. Simple concept. Toes must touch the bar. Not go over the bar, not come close to the bar, touch the bar. Good rep, you can hear it. The feet also must come back through the plane of the shoulders and the bar, like that, right there. That's gonna be good reps, okay? This is do one without that. That is a no rep. Good. Secondly, in scaled, it will be knees to chest. Knees must break a 90-degree bend right there. Must be above 90. You want to do knees to elbows? Fine. Must break a 90. Good rep, and not a good rep. Good. In the Masters division, we're going to have the same knees to elbows, knees to chest. However, the reps must break a 90-degree or hit a 90-degree bend. There. That's all we're looking for is a 90-degree bend with a full extension at the bottom. Good.
All right, standards of movement for the overhead walking lunge. You will pick up your plate, put it overhead. The plate must remain overhead. It cannot touch the top of your head as you lunge. Yep, must be held overhead. Doesn't have to be locked out, just cannot touch your head. As you step, your knees must touch the ground. The back knee must touch. And you must lunge step every time. There is no shuffling of the feet. As you come up, yep, you'll be asked to return back to your location if that happens. Good. Lunge, back knee touches, step forward. Lunge, back knee touches, step forward. Pretty simple. This is a no rep. All right, box jumps, movement standards for RX, scaled, and masters. RX, you are required to jump up for every single rep. You are allowed to jump down, step down, however you want. That's a jump up, step down, jump up. That's a no rep. You must jump up, fully extend and be in control on the top of the box before you come down. There's no rebounding off the top of the box. That's a no rep. There's no step-ups allowed in the RX division. This is, however, allowed in the scale division. However, if you step up, you must also be fully extended at the top of the box. For all divisions, you can step down or jump down. That is up to you. Good reps.
The handstand walk. You will start behind your starting line. In this case, it is the difference between the gray and the black. You will then enter the playing field on your hands and start to walk. You will now start where you left off. Your judge will call you back to where you came from until you've walked the desired amount of feet. The number of falls is not indicative of your score. It's how long it takes you to get to where you need to go.
Standards for the shoulder to overhead movements. All barbells will start on the ground. There'll be no racks used in the competition, so all bars must come from the ground for the shoulder to overhead movements. So you're gonna have to clean the bar up, get in that front rack position. Acceptable shoulder to overhead movements are the strict press, push press, push jerk, and a split jerk. As long as you come back to center with that head through the window. Now a no rep would be fully locked out at the top, but no hip extension. See how his hips do not come open before he brings the bar back down? Or full hip extension and your arms aren't locked out. Still no rep. Get that head through the window. Go ahead. Good rep. Come back down. Show another good rep. As long as that bar is over the center plane and that head is through the window, hips are extended, arms are locked out, that is a good finishing point for any shoulder to overhead movement. You can bring the bar back down to start your next rep. Movement standards for the hang clean. The bar will start on the ground and you must deadlift it up into the hang position. Bar must start here. It can be a high hang clean. It can be a mid hang clean from the mid thigh. It can be a low hang clean as long as the bar does not pass below the knees. So that would be a no rep. It can be a hang power clean and stand up. Or it could be a hang squat clean. Up to you. As long at the top that your elbows are in front of the bar and you are in complete control and your hips, knees are fully locked out. Now for the no reps. Was not in control at the top before he brought it down. Elbows weren't through. Wasn't in control at the top, did not receive full extension, and the elbows didn't come through. Also a no rep would be if you go below the knees. So if you deadlift it up, good start, come down below the knees, that is a no rep, even though you're in full control at the top. Give me a good rep. Hang power clean is acceptable, and one more time, a hang squat clean is acceptable. Hang clean. All right, the movement standards for the power clean. Frank's gonna give us 3 good power clean reps. Bar is gonna start off the ground. There will be no racks used. Go ahead. All right, a no rep would be if there's hip extension at the top, but your elbows do not come through fully on the extension at the top. We're not even gonna play this partial through game. At the top of every single rep, your elbows must come through. That is a no rep, that is a good rep. So give us another good rep. Elbows through every time, every single rep. That is a no rep. Also, if your hips aren't fully extended at the top before you bring the bar back down, that is also a no rep. Elbows might come through, but hips are not extended. These are no reps. Hips must, there you go, hips must come open before you come back down. The power clean. Movement standards for the thruster. The bar will start on the ground and you can either squat clean it into position or power clean it into the front rack. It's up to you. Frank's gonna show us 3 good reps. Hip crease below the knee crease, full extension at the top with that head through the window. Okay, a no rep would be the hip crease does not reach below the knee crease on the bottom portion of the thruster, even though you are fully locked out at the top. So you do a partial squat thruster, no rep. Or you have reached the bottom position, but you have that droopy butt syndrome where your hips don't lock out at the top. Hip crease below the knee crease, however, you don't fully open those hips up at the top. Come back down. That is a no rep. Lastly, your hips might be open, Hip crease might have passed below the knee crease, but there's no full lockout at the top. No rep. Head's not through the window and arms are not locked out. Also, we are accepting a squat clean to a jerk into the bar overhead as a form of a thruster, regional standard. So squat clean up into a drop underneath it to catch it. Let's show that one more time. And drop underneath it to catch. That is also an acceptable thing. Standards for the power snatch. Bar's gonna start on the ground. Frank's gonna show us 3 good power snatch reps. Notice he does not catch the bar in the squat position. No need to catch the bar in a full squat snatch position, such as that. Power snatch right overhead. A no rep would be the droopy butt syndrome. Hips are not fully locked out at the top of the rep. That's a no rep. Or hips are extended, knees are extended, but there's not a full lockout at the top. Arms are bent at the top. This is a no rep. Must fully extend at the top. Pretty simple. Power snatch. Movement standards for the deadlift. Frank is going to show us 3 good deadlifts. As usual, the bar starts on the ground. Hips are extended, knees are extended, shoulders are behind the bar. You can use any grip you choose, double overhand grip or a switch grip. As long as knees are extended, hips are extended, and shoulders are behind the bar. That is a no rep. No rep, hips are not open. Good rep. Shoulders behind the bar, hips are open, knees are straight up. Movement standards for the wall balls, guys. Ball must start on the ground, and your first rep must start with that hip crease below the knee crease in that squat position. Touch that target. RX and all men, you're throwing to a 10-foot target. Ladies, you're throwing to a 9-foot target. That is a no rep for the men. Ladies, that is a no rep for the men as well. That was also a no rep. That ball must start on the ground if you drop it. You have to let it settle before you can pick it up again, and the first rep must start in a squat. Hip crease must become below the knee crease, so those are no reps. Show us a couple good ones. Hit that target. That's a no rep.